Hello again. I'm in a familiar place today. I'm back in the Deam Wilderness. It is a crisp and cool and bright mid-October day, and I'm here to do the part of the Deam that I skipped last time. The last time I was here, I intended to do the whole thing, but if you've watched my other video of Deam, you'll remember that my blisters were really bad. I had some major foot problems on that trip, and I shaved off a little section of it, and that section was the Sycamore Trail. Just the section that's right behind me right now. I found a nice place for lunch on the bank of the dry creek, on the mossy logs, in a stand of Virginia pine, where the hawks are circling over the treetops. This is supposed to be a creek crossing, but as you can see, there is no water whatsoever. I might have a little trouble finding drinking water today. There are some really nice campsites on this trail. This is campsite 4, and this thing has a table and chairs and a nice collection of geodes over here that somebody has laid out for us. They are sparkling in the sun. Yeah, I wouldn't mind staying here. Climbing out of that creek bottom right now. I think it's my only real climb of the day, but it's not much of a climb. Pretty easy. Been an easy, leisurely hike so far, and I think it's going to stay that way. Very quiet. The trailhead was crowded, and the trails were crowded near the trailhead, but most of those people were just out playing around in the woods. I haven't seen anybody now for probably an hour. Down in the creek bottom, the only sound I heard was the crickets. Now that I'm nearing the top of this ridge, the only sound I hear are the squirrels running around in the leaf litter. If it was later in the day, I'd be happy to stop here for the night. It's got its own little pond. It's in a really nice spot. Flat, dry, sunny. Really nice. But it's still early. I still have some hiking to do. I think I'm about 3.5 miles in. Doesn't seem like it. It's gone by really fast. It's amazing how fast time goes by in the woods. It may be October, but there are still a lot of frogs in this pond. Probably a lot of bullfrogs and a lot of bullfrog tadpoles overwintering in here, I think. I've never felt more relaxed while backpacking. I feel completely content. I'm not even straining myself. I've barely broken a sweat today. There's nobody around. Forest is beautiful. It's still mostly green. There's enough color. Leaves on the ground. Beautiful open forests. Look at this. This maple, hickory, ridgetop forest. This is the Terrill Ridge Cemetery. This is at the end of the trail, the end of Terrill Ridge Trail. I see grubs, terills, axums, and those are the names of the trails here in the hollows. Now this is a nice campsite. You can't see it from here, and I can't see it either, but Lake Monroe is right down there. I'm above Lake Monroe right now. So I'm kind of on the end of a ridge line, almost a promontory over the water. And the sun is just lighting up the woods over here. Look at this. This is the western sky, so I'm gonna have a nice golden canopy tonight. Plenty of light. There's a nice cool dry breeze. It's not quite where I thought it would end up tonight, but I don't think I could do any better than this. I don't normally like pitching my tent 4 feet from my fire pit, but this is the only flat spot I could find that wasn't also underneath a widowmaker, and I don't feel like being one of those poor souls who gets squished by a tree in his sleep. So this will have to do. And I guess if it gets cold tonight, I can just start a fire and keep myself warm in my tent. I'm going to start a fire with my ferro rod. I collected some, I think this is probably goldenrod that's gone to seed, some goldenrod fluff. That makes really good tinder. So I'm going to use that, and then I got my little kindling bundle over here. Well, let's see how this goes. Alright, let's try this stuff instead. Might be too green, but let's see what we can do with it. There we go. I'm going to get water right now. I thought about waiting until after dinner, but I'm not sure that I even have enough water for dinner. So I'm going to go fill up right now. And then I won't have to leave camp for the rest of the night. I can just have a fire and relax, eat. And I brought some good food. I knew this was going to be a pretty easy hike today, so I brought some luxuries with me. I will show you what those are when I get back to camp. It's not the prettiest water source I've ever had. I'm going to enjoy some stagnant rainwater tonight. This water looks really bad. It's filmy and black, full of tadpoles. I don't know if I can drink this. I might have to go look for a stream somewhere or try to get down to the lake. Well, it was an easy day until now. It looks like in order to get my water, I'm going to have to climb down this 200-foot ravine behind me, which is going to be by far the most difficult thing I've done all day. But I guess that's what I have to do because I'm just about out of water. I knew that easy day was too good to be true. I've worked up a sweat now. That was about 250 feet down and 250 feet back up, down to Lake Monroe. Really, it was just a little inlet of Lake Monroe. It was a muddy, carp-filled inlet of Lake Monroe. But muddy carp water is better than the oil spill tadpole water that I found at that pond. And now I earned my dinner, whatever that may be. I earned those luxuries that I brought along with me. And I also wasted about an hour. And now it's going to be dark within another hour. So I need to get going and boil some water and make some food, settle down for the night, and cool off. That's the magic of a water filter right there. Look at this nice clean water that 15 minutes ago was muddy. I fixed my water filter that was clogged up last time I was out. I fixed it by soaking it in vinegar and then back flushing it with vinegar about 12 times. And it's working like new now. And it's going to be mad at me now though. I'm going to need to clean it when I get home again because it just had to do some hard work. But look what it gave me. Beautiful, clear water. I needed something quick, and I know ramen isn't a luxury. But this is. Cheers. After I got up from that ravine, it didn't take long at all for it to get dark. I am really going to appreciate this fire tonight. In warm weather, you back away from the fire, but in this kind of weather, you just want to get closer and closer to it. There's a full moon rising over the fire. The warmth of this fire has been a very good thing tonight. But now it's time to get into bed and enjoy the warmth of my wool and down instead. The coals are still crackling. Crickets are singing. The wind in the treetops. But other than that, it's silent. It's a good night to be in a tent. Good morning. I slept all right last night. Stayed warm. For some reason I had trouble getting comfortable though. I think it's because I'm on a slight slope and my pad kept sliding down toward the foot end of the tent all night. In fact, it's like 8 inches off the... It's about 8 inches lower than it was when I went to bed last night. So I don't know if that was the cause or what. But it wasn't a bad night. I've been enjoying listening to all the animals. Owls, squirrels, birds, the deer. I'm really hungry. Time to eat some scrambled eggs with bacon. Just about finished packing up. I had a nice long morning at camp with my breakfast and my coffee. And I don't really want to leave. It's beautiful out here. I'm going to take a nice leisurely walk back to the car. It's not far. It's still pretty chilly out here. Once that fire died down, I realized just how cool it is. I still have one of my wool layers on. But I'm sure when I get moving, I'll warm up fast. Now let's hit the trail. My batteries are not being kind to me today, so I'm going to say thanks for watching and see you next time. here's what I did. I parked here, and I hiked this. I ate lunch about right there. I followed this all the way up here. I hit the cemetery there. Thought about camping there, but hiked down all the way to the end of this ridge line and camped right there. Walked down there to get water. Here's that nasty oily pond. And then in the morning I came back out this way, and now I'm right here again. My batteries are not, my batteries are, that's nice. I demand my dinner.